Hello, friends. Today we will delve into the fascinating world of male psychology and examine two great types of men, Alpha and Sigma. I am surprised, but some people still believe that there are no differences between these types. According to them, all men are the same and differ only in material possessions or character. However, this is not the case. Alpha, Beta, and Sigma men are like human codes, each with its own program. From birth and throughout upbringing, a man either becomes a leader or follows one. For convenient classification, we divide them into subclasses because there are quite a few differences. In this video, I will talk about the characteristics of Alpha and Sigma men. Watch this video until the end and you will find out who has more chances for success in life, relationships, and business. Let's start with Alpha men. These guys are true leaders, born for success. In business, Alpha men possess a strong entrepreneurial spirit. They strive for the top, occupying high positions thanks to their leadership, ambition, and ability to influence others. They take risks to achieve their goals and are not afraid to face obstacles along the way. This does not mean that every Alpha will be successful in what he does. Sometimes society plays against him and somehow bends him. But in the life of Alphas, there are always areas where he will definitely feel like a winner. If an Alpha works under another Alpha at work, then he will also have people under his command. He will also be initiative and subconsciously try to displace his boss from his position. Not every Alpha will become successful or a winner, but his feature lies in the constant energy that fuels him from within. His life mission is to constantly try, improve, and create. With his ideas, an Alpha man infects people around him because for him, support is a resource. People around Alphas are tools for which he achieves his goals. For these reasons, an Alpha man may seem indifferent and inhumane, as the result is more important to him than a process. In relationships, Alpha men often take on the roles of leaders and protectors. Their confidence and strength attract women, making them desirable partners. They value independence and strive for harmony in relationships, where they can be both a support and a source of inspiration for their partners. More often than not, an Alpha male receives attention from women effortlessly, without trying to impress them with his resources. An Alpha man has a bright and unusual personality, a memorable image, and a pleasant charisma that attracts women's attention, and they make an exception for him, unlike Beta men, who try to gain intimacy through the demonstration of resources or other ways to bribe a partner. An Alpha doesn't need to do this because events naturally occur around him, where he demonstrates his uniqueness and strength. And this greatly appeals to women because such a man doesn't try to impress anyone but does everything as he sees fit for his own interest. Now let's move on to Sigma men. A Sigma man is an extremely rare type of man because he has the ambitions of an Alpha but is not interested in attention and demonstrating his uniqueness to the extent that an Alpha needs. They prefer to act quietly but confidently. In business, Sigma men present themselves as deep thinkers and innovators. They possess creative thinking and the ability to see solutions where others see problems. Sigma men strive for self-realization, working on themselves and their projects with a deep understanding of their goals and motivations. Such a man also has people under his command, most often Beta men, but a Sigma man behaves differently and does not try to dominate through his knowledge, status, or strength. His task is to achieve his mission in a way that engages every resource without demonstrating his rank. In relationships, Sigma men can be more mysterious, preferring deep and intellectual conversations. They often think about what can be improved, so they are focused on fulfilling their mission. For them, time is the most valuable resource, which is why a Sigma man prefers to remain alone, without the desire to deal with relationships or prove his correctness. This time he spends on his goals. Sigma men value partnership based on mutual respect and understanding, where everyone can truly open up. For Sigma men, it is important to feel comfortable and free in relationships where they can be themselves. This is why this type seems most incomprehensible to women because, on one hand, a Sigma man is focused on himself and independent, which makes him attractive. But on the other hand, he prefers to negotiate quietly, not playing the games of the female gender, which by their nature may want emotional swings. It is worth noting here that every woman sooner or later subjects her man to a so-called test. These are checks in which she wants to make sure that the man is as strong and leader-like as he was at the beginning. If an alpha male often puts a woman in her place through active actions, strength, and intimidation, then a Sigma acts differently. Understanding the whole game, he simply stops playing when manipulations begin. There are other videos on the channel about Sigma men and how to resist female manipulations. Watch them after this episode. So, who of them has more chances for success? The answer depends on many factors. In some situations, alpha men can win thanks to their confidence and leadership qualities, while in other situations, Sigma men can succeed with their creative thinking and inner depth. In the end, success depends on how we use our strengths and how we work on our weaknesses. It's important to remember that each of us has unique qualities, and self-improvement can always bring success. An alpha can learn to be more tolerant and attentive to others, while a Sigma can develop his communication skills and confidence. Ultimately, success depends on our ability to adapt and grow as individuals. Write in the comments how you behave in working with people and in relationships. What makes you an alpha or Sigma man? Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next episode.